Hey everyone, I'm here with Diana Rodriguez. Hey Diana.
Hey Jen, how are you?
I'm great. How are you today?
Good, good.
Good. And so she is out of Florida and with is it Atlantic Partners?
Atlantic Shores Realty.
Atlantic Shores Realty. Gotcha.
Yeah.
But we were going to talk about kind of going from part-time to full-time. How do you know when you're ready? But like give us a little bit of backstory about you and then we can go into your tips.
Okay, so I was actually a realtor for 4 years
Hmm.
before I decided to go full time.
Okay.
I always flirted with the idea of being a realtor full time. I like dreamed about it. I was excited about it, but
Hmm.
I never really took that leap of faith. And so, and I would get a couple of deals a year that I'd get excited about, and that's when the momentum would start building. But then
Right.
my paycheck would call me, just would be louder than what my dreams were. And so
Yeah.
I continued to stay on like my paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. Um,
Boo.
so finally, I know. So finally in October, I took this huge leap of faith to just do it. I had
Mhm.
savings. And so that's my story in
That's
a
what
nutshell.
you did.
I love it.
All right. What do you think? I'm curious, and maybe you could talk about this after the tips, but I'm curious what you were nervous about in your head and if
Yeah.
that, like, once you did it, how quickly that nervousness like subsided or what happened.
Okay, so what I was nervous about was lack of being able to produce, like to because it just falls on me. And so
Yeah.
I guess in that moment, I never really had like commissions at that point in terms of like for my actual job. So I didn't really understand that kind of that way of getting paid. And
Right.
so I guess I didn't believe in it enough in order to take that jump. So I was nervous of not getting paid, not being able to pay
Right.
my bills. I'm a
I
single mom.
mean, that's legitimate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you know, like what happened and then like how do you overcame
Well,
that?
there was like a really it was like an aha moment. So once I continued along with my career throughout the past 4 years, like through my actual career that I was doing, I actually
Hmm.
started sales around the same time.
Okay.
So sales for other companies. So I continued to progress in my career, and then more
Right.
companies kept wanting to pay me more, and like kind of wanting to out offer the other guy. And so
Right.
right. But I'm like, okay, if these guys, they're business owners, they're entrepreneurs, if they're willing to take that risk, I could just go to them and not produce because a lot of salespeople do that too.
Right.
So if they're willing to take that risk on me, why can't I do it for myself? And
That's
then that was
great.
the aha moment.
Well, that's a really good perspective. And I think it's interesting because you have sales experience. And I think a lot of real estate agents, when they first start, they don't. But I
Mhm.
really like that progression. I think that's cool. So give us some tips on how somebody will know that
Yes.
they're ready.
Yes. So I think the first tip would just be like, so even throughout those years that I was just kind of dabbling in real estate and excited
Hmm.
about it, but not really committing, it was
Hmm.
a lack of mindset. So not
Mm.
really preparing my mind to know you can do this. It's up to
Hmm.
you.
Hmm.
It's there's nothing like counting on yourself to be able to produce, not produce, build your
Right.
business, grow your business. It's up to you. You make the choices and the decisions in your business.
Right.
Um, so it's just that mindset and making sure that you're staying around those positive voices. So if you don't have positive voices around you, then having some of those voices from YouTube, like
Yeah.
there's so many people that are accessible, like the Real Estate Fight Club. Shout out to
Right. Yay.
and then just different people that have actually already been there, taken that leap of faith, and
Hmm.
there's so much content out there that it's right at your fingertips so that you can have just that
Yeah.
mindset all day every day. So
I
that's the biggest.
like that. And I think it's really important, like you said, to just like it's to keep that as something that you do every day. And
Mhm.
then I have also found like that's kind of like the beginning, right? But then
Yep.
it feels like you can get into mindset and your momentum. But
Mhm.
then it's surrounding yourself that people that think bigger than you and different from you.
Yeah.
And that is like, that's like kind of like the next level. Do you
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I do. I think it's so many different things. Like I think mindset, we could probably just have a whole thing on mindset.
For
Because,
days.
yeah,
Yeah.
seriously. Because you have to be not scared to ask questions to those heavy
Right.
hitters, those people. There's no stupid question.
No.
Everybody started somewhere. So
Right.
if you're
Mhm.
just honest and transparent about that, I feel like people really appreciate it and you're able to get so much further because of it. And
Yeah,
so it helps build that mindset. Like, not, okay,
exactly.
I don't know, but after I ask this question, I will know. So let me just ask.
Right. Well, and here's the thing too, like everybody has the same questions. That's why the videos and the different talks are about the same damn thing because
So
everybody
true.
has the same questions. It's not
Yeah.
new. It's
Yeah.
like dealing with buyers and sellers. There's only like 12 objections. Like there's just not any new ones, you know?
It's
And once you
true.
get it, you're like, okay, I'm ready for the next,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Another thing in terms of mindset, and I promise we'll be done after this, hopefully.
If we would just
um,
end with tip one
we could
mindset.
just end with step one. That's it. Yeah. Mindset. Go ahead and go
You're
full time.
done. Yeah.
So another thing would just be like really dedicating to it because
Yeah. Oh,
there's
yeah.
going to be failures. There's going to be times where you're not making money.
Mhm.
There's going to be times where you feel like you don't have it, you don't understand, you don't get it, and you beat yourself up a lot, especially when you're taking that leap of faith.
Yeah.
And so, but if you are 150% committed, so that goes with the mindset part,
Mhm.
then it's like, okay, no, it's not if I'm going to continue, it's I am going to continue. How am I going to continue?
Oh,
And you
right.
get creative and find those other options. And it's just trial and error, really. That's all it is.
But I think too, it's also about like making sure that like there is no backup plan.
Yes.
Like
Yep.
this is what's happening.
Yep.
Because you'll
Exactly.
make different decisions when there's no backup plan than
Mhm.
you will if, you're looking for
Yeah.
if you have
An
one.
easy way out, an exit
Yeah.
strategy. Okay. If this doesn't work, then I'll just go back to my job.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't have that. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. That's perfect. That's a great tip. All
Thank
right.
you.
Tip two.
Tip two was so these are like a little bit more so concrete, realistic
Okay.
goals that they can achieve. So like the second tip would be to save at least 3 months
Yeah, I
of
think that's
bills.
good. People say six, but six is too much. You
Yeah.
don't need it.
I like so somebody told me 2 or 3 years ago when I, was a year or
Yeah.
two in real estate. And I was like, okay, 6 months. And then every time I try to save for 6 months, it never worked.
Right. It's so
It never
much.
happened.
Yeah, no, three is good. Three
Yeah.
is good. I like
So
it.
3 months, and it's just so that within that time that you're building your business, when you're building your pipeline, it's not going to happen overnight. There's going to be
Mhm.
so many things that you do that are amazing ideas, and you don't see the fruits of it immediately. It
Right.
takes time, to build that, like your Facebook, social media, different
Yeah.
things, generating ideas,
Prospecting, anything. Even if
and
you get like a lead like day one, you're still closing. I mean, like probably 45, 60 days later.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. It's true. So everything takes time. So the 3 months will actually help you not operate out of a desperation because your
Hmm.
customers will feel that desperation. You'll just feel right. Am I
Commission
right?
breath.
Yeah. Is that what
Yeah.
it's called?
It's what it's called.
Exactly. So you'll be able to operate a little bit more like free flowing and natural. And I think that's
Authentically.
authentic, genuine.
Yeah.
Like, hurry up and get this house. I need to make money.
Give it to me. Sign here. Sign here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. My mortgage is due. Hurry.
I know.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
help. I'm living in your basement. All
Yeah.
right, good. I like that. All right. And your tip three?
Tip three is so it's lead generating. So I think we could probably just sum it up in like three or four tips. So
Okay.
just lead generating, there's so many different ways to lead generate. I would say like calling expireds, calling for sale by owners, and you can find
Mhm.
a lot of that stuff like online or, I think Jennifer is a huge, huge, huge resource as well. And so just kind of figuring out what works for you. So,
Right.
and just because you don't like doing something doesn't mean that you're not good at it. Cause I'm
Mhm.
amazing at calls. I just don't like making calls, but I saw people,
Why?
I
Oh, Diana.
don't
Once
know.
you know that the calls equal money,
I know.
it's way more fun to make calls.
I have to fix my number one, my mindset on.
Exactly. Let's go back to tip one.
Let's go back to tip one. Yes. So
Right,
just
right.
figuring out what works for you, whether it be networking, if you're from the area and you have tons of relationships that you can
Right.
utilize, your Facebook ads, Google Pay. There's so many different
There's
things
so many. Yeah.
and try it all really. Like that's the whole point of having those 3 months to see what sticks, what works, and
Mhm.
pick something that you're good at, continue to keep going, and then start, moving with something
Well,
else.
and it's hard to know what you don't know, right? So, like, yeah, I like the idea of trying it. Now, I think there's some caveats with trying new
Yeah.
things, right? Because you had even said it before. It's like if you're going to try something, you have to be willing to dedicate a time that makes sense for doing that thing in order to see if it actually works. But I
Yeah.
think right away once you do something if it's authentic to you or not.
Yeah, it's
lead
true.
generating any way. There's a billion ways to do it in a way that's authentic to who you are. So it comes off naturally, I think is like your main
Mhm.
overarching point.
Because
Yeah.
really all it is you're making relationships with people. Like you
Right. That's
can't
it.
as dollar signs customers, it's people. So
Right.
how are you helping them? How are you being a resource? How are
Hmm.
you educating them? And
Hmm.
just having that in place first when you're talking to anyone and everyone and whatever lead
Right.
generating avenue you want to take, it's just having that first so that it can be a little bit more organically. I know a lot of times we put so much pressure on ourselves when we're lead generating or calling people or reaching out to people, and it comes across that way. It comes off awkward and
Right.
not genuine. So yeah, just having that first.
Yeah, don't be awkward, I think is like tip 4. Don't be
Yeah.
awkward.
Number 4. Yep, exactly.
Don't be
You
awkward. Don't be a douche and answer your phone. Like
okay.
tip
And
4.
then number 5. So that's number 4 right there. Number 5, what I will say is definitely utilize your relationships with other realtors.
Oh, that's good.
Right. So like at first I would call, this is when I first started in real estate. And I
Hmm.
kind of felt like it was me versus them. I don't know why I
Oh,
felt that way.
okay.
I felt that way when putting in an offer. It was just like, oh, okay, let me
That's
try
because
to,
you're in Florida. You people are weird, man.
yeah.
It's not like that in Ohio.
No.
No.
Oh my God. Maybe it was just me. I don't know.
No, I think it's like, I always say Florida and California are competing to be like the worst states, and that's part of it. You guys are just, yeah. I'm just
Well,
teasing you.
I'm naturally a New Yorker, so I don't take offense to anything you just. I'm from New York, so
Okay, okay, good.
so no, so I just felt like it was that weirdness, but I also think it was lack of education as well, me
Mhm.
not really understanding the business at all whatsoever. And a lot of realtors do come off kind of a little like aggressive, like when I'm calling them for offers or whatever, they have to know
Mhm.
everything. So once I started operating just like myself and just
Mhm.
being myself to other realtors, really leveraging those relationships were huge. I found out about other properties that were getting listed, especially in today's market. You find out about
Yeah.
that they're about to list, so you can get first dibs on.
Yeah,
Just
that's a great point because I get questions all the time like, should I friend other realtors? And I'm always like,
yes,
yes.
yeah,
But exactly to your point, they don't because they feel like it's a
competition.
competition, and it's not.
Not.
I
There's so
love
much
it.
money out there. Everyone can make money. And so actually I'll even give you, so in
A
my business,
bonus?
a
Oh.
bonus. Yeah. So like there's realtors that I've known for the past couple of years, just doing it and being at the
Mhm.
same brokerages and whatever. And so there's one woman that when she goes to vacation, she goes for a whole month back to her country. And
Okay.
so we split her business all the way for
Nice.
everything. Yeah. And I mean, that's such a great way where if we didn't do that, then that's less money I would be making that month, and less
Yeah,
money she would also be making that month. But she
right.
trusts me to make sure that to handle her clients the way that she would. And that's it. So it's just, if I didn't have that relationship with her, that wouldn't be happening.
Right. And I think it's good too. It's like knowing people outside of your brokerage too, because not everybody's going to be at your brokerage. Like there's
Yeah.
just so many other agents like in the world, but
Yeah.
especially like in your city or town or whatever. It's like get out there and know people, meet them.
It's
It's
true.
fine. It's
It's true. I've
fine.
gotten so many tips from other people. Like I got a tip from you the other day with the dialer system,
Mhm.
just by because we're all in this thing together,
It's
honestly. We all
fine.
go through the
Yes.
same obstacles. And so, I feel like I've gotten a lot just by having that switch of my mindset, number
Mhm.
one. And just, really being able to help my business grow. So, and then
Yeah.
even when you put in an offer, if you're friendly with that person already, it's going to be so much easier to have
So
that deal
much.
go through smoothly because you already have that relationship with them.
Right. Yeah. I love an abundance mindset. It
Yeah.
definitely makes a difference, like in your life, not
Yes.
just like
Seriously.
your business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's
true.
perfect. These are really good tips. I do like it. We
Yeah,
should do one on mindset though.
let's do it. I'm down.
But that's like such a big thing. And it sounds so hokey, but it's like one of those things like when you get it, you got it.
Yeah,
And then you're
it's
like, oh, fuck, why didn't I know this before? Or like
yeah,
whatever. You
it's
know what
so
I mean? Because it makes
I,
such a huge difference.
I literally have it a part of my morning routine because you get tons of rejections all day long. Like
Right.
even when I have been calling, I've been time blocking every single day. I'm
Yeah.
making phone calls on expireds. And my son, I had it on, one of them on speaker. I did it over the weekend. And this guy was really, really mean to me. He's like, I'll let you know when I'm gonna sell my house and blah blah. And my son looked at me like, why did you call him if he was gonna be mean to you? Like he felt offended from me. But me starting my day with a positive mindset and just
Yeah.
having those videos that I listen to or having my morning
Right.
routine, it just Okay, on to the next. That's just one person. Let's just keep it moving, because there's
Yeah.
people out there. So
Well, and I mean, I like the really angry ones because that means they really want help.
yeah,
Like they really need
or
help.
they
They
were
had a
burned
bad
before.
experience. They've been
Yeah,
burned. And it's
yeah.
like, those are the people that you can actually help the most,
It's so it's
So
so true.
like, get in there, get
Well,
them.
I send videos afterwards because I don't
Oh,
want them to
nice.
become a telemarketer. So I like if it's especially one of those where they're like, take me off your list. I send a
Right.
video. Hey, just want you to face to a name. Blah, blah, blah,
Here's
blah,
all
blah.
my children. Like, don't be mean to me.
Right. And so, just so that you can actually like introduce yourself in
Yeah, I
person
like it.
without being in person, and then it kind of unarms them too for the next time you call, or they'll reach out to you. Sometimes I've gotten apologies like, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were another, one of those.
Of course. I mean, we all get the calls. Are you using Bomb Bomb or what are you using?
I am using BombBomb.
Nice. Yeah, I like that too. They do a good job with that.
I actually
Cool.
have part of my CRM. So that's another tip too. If having a CRM, I have a CRM that I use where as soon as a lead comes in, they automatically get like an email and it has like my BombBomb video introducing myself and just so it's
Nice.
set up so I don't have to physically do it myself every single time.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Yeah, definitely like efficiencies. But
Mm.
yeah, that's like tier two
Yeah,
of,
right,
yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you being on, Diana. And so if people have a referral for you in Florida or they want to just talk with you more, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
So I actually have my Facebook. I wasn't prepared for this question actually.
Oh,
My Facebook, Diana Rodriguez.
really?
I know. Diana Rodriguez, Realtor. I have a website as well, dianasellspsl.com. Or you can call, text, anything, send a message, 347-367-2437.
All right. Well, I really appreciate you being on. Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
I
Bye.
appreciate it. Take care. Bye.